Alright, so we're going to be trying the full self-driving beta again. So, I don't know why, but the Tesla thing wanted to go like a long way to where I was going. So what I had to do was I had to tell it to go to another place. It wanted to take like 680 and go this way, but I want to go this more straight direct line. So what I did was I put another place to go. So once I'm like partially there, I'm just going to remove that from the GPS or the route destination, and then hopefully after that we should be okay. Oh, I just realized my brother went somewhere, probably to play pickleball, but right, a car's coming, so I need to be careful. There we go. Okay, so we're gonna start going. We're gonna wait for the what do you call? Oh, let me close the windows so you can hear. Oh, there's a car behind me. I should have let them go first. Seriously, person? They're like going tailgating me. Okay, so we got this. So, oops, okay, it's like not doing right. There we go, they went away. So, I'll start this up again. Alright, we'll let it go. And I'm going to set the speed up 5 miles an hour or more once it clears this. Okay, and we'll see. Alright, so I'm going to let it go. Oh, I don't know why it's kind of swerved to the left there to try and avoid a car that wasn't there. Okay, it kind of does some weird stuff, like it swerves a little over to where a car is. Let's see. Okay, it's doing the same. It's going like hugging the corner and then moving back over to the left.
Now
See here. Okay, good. Is it gonna turn right? I think it doesn't know to turn right on red. Does it? I don't know if it's gonna turn right on red. So it's creeping forward to check for visibility. Okay, you're clear. Go. Go, buddy. Go. I'm gonna push the pedal to make it go. Holy crap. So I push the pedal to tell it to go, and then it likes to like get up to speed really fast while you're in the corner. I hate like accelerating into corners because that's not good for the tires at all. Anyways, 35 mile an hour now, so we're gonna speed it up. Let me close the windows all the way. Alright, hopefully you guys were able to hear me the entire time. If not, I'm sorry. But here you can see how well it can see all the lane markings and everything, even at night. I might have to speed it up. Yep, we'll go to 40. Alright. Oh, I hate that. Why? Who decided north up is a good idea? I don't know. To me, that's like, you can't see where you're going. I don't like that. Anyways, I'm going to move over to the left lane, so I signaled myself, and it's going to do it itself. If you notice where it had the brake in the lane marker, in the lane lines, it didn't want to actually merge over left. So when I told it to merge left right before the split, basically the intersection or the cross section, it started going left and then it pulled back, and then once we passed that intersection part where the lines disappeared, then it made the full lane change, which is technically how you're supposed to do it. You're not supposed to change lanes in the middle of like an intersection. I mean, people do it anyways, but you're not supposed to. But yeah. Alright, so it's merging me back over to the right on its own, which I don't really like, but I guess I told it to do that because I told it to not stay in the passing lane kind of thing. So yeah, but the reason why I don't like doing that for here is because you see we're turning left. I like to actually stay inside of the curves, so that way the car is actually doing less travel distance. If you travel on the outside of the curve, you're actually traveling much further distance. So that's one thing I don't really like, and I don't think there's a way they can make the full self-driving or autopilot drive the way I want it to. So that's just me being nitpicky. I think my phone's making weird noises because it's charging, so let me unplug the charger real quick. Sorry, it's gonna be shaky. Come on, unplug. Uh-oh. Okay. I was worried that the car was gonna complain and tell me I'm, oops, that's not what I was trying to do. Nope, That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to change the following distance. Okay. Make sure it stays at 7. I don't know how that's 7 car lengths. To me, that's more like 4.
Turn right onto West Calaveras
Like, the car's
Boulevard.
going pretty fast for this. So I'm going to slow it down a bit to 30.
Now turn
Okay, the
right
car,
onto
that
West
person in
Calaveras
front just
Boulevard.
randomly, oh shoot. These people are driving like crazy. Do you see this? Do you see this? These people driving like crazy over here. Okay, technically we gotta wait. We could technically go, but I'm gonna wait for those 2 cars, and let's go. Okay, stay in the right lane, please. Oops, I disengaged it. Didn't mean to do that. There we go. Okay, so now that we're over here already, I'm actually going to remove the first stop that I did. It's a little bit tricky because I have to pay extra close attention because this thing can do stupid stuff. Okay, we'll wait because we're almost at a stop, and I can do it once we reach the stop. So upcoming lane change. All right, so I'm gonna edit the trip, and I'm gonna remove this one. Okay, done, and we'll let it reroute, and hopefully it will go to the right place now. All right, so now it's gonna know it's gonna take 880, so we should be good. Okay, and we'll see how it takes like all the turns and everything, not the roundabouts, but the freeway on-ramps and stuff. Okay, so to me it stopped way too hard. I would have let it slowly roll, slowly letting go of the accelerator so that the regen can kind of take more of the power back. Instead, this thing is just like hitting the brakes, which, yeah. But currently, I don't know how that's possible. It's showing the average energy is 186 watt hours per mile. So maybe it's somehow driving more efficient. I don't know. We'll see. I feel like it's driving terrible, but efficiency wise, but we'll see. We'll let it drive like more of the trip and see what happens. Also, leaving my home is somewhat like going downhill. Oops, I need to speed it up. Sorry, the people behind me are probably like, what the hell? Okay, we're gonna merge over to the right. So it's nice, it knows to just hug that lane. It didn't even have to signal, which is how you should do it. Okay, it slowed down to 35 miles an hour. I don't know why. The speed limit didn't change, and oh my god, I felt it was taking that ramp way too fast, so I took it out and slowed it down. But okay, can I start it while we're on this? Oh yes, I can. Okay, so let's see. I feel it likes to take these things faster than I'm comfortable with, especially since it's driving itself and I don't know what to expect. All right, let's speed it up to 45. It probably would have been okay taking that ramp, but yeah, entering a 25 mile an hour ramp at 35 plus. Keep going. Why are you slowing down, boy? Okay. I don't know why it's slowing down so much. I think it keeps seeing different speed limit signs, and then my thing is set to go 10 mile an hour below. I need to speed up so I don't hit some cars here. Okay. So I think what it does is it sees the new speed limit signs, and then it drops it by 10, see? So I might need to fix that. Come on, I'm paying attention. Stop it. Okay. There we go. Alright, so I'm gonna leave it at, I mean, normally I drive at 55, so I'm gonna actually just let it do 60, that's okay, and we'll see how it does. So yeah, okay. Now this is just freeway regular driving, so I guess this is technically normal autopilot, nothing special about this. This shouldn't have any real issues. I don't think it's using any special software from the beta. I think it's just sticking with the regular autopilot. I don't know, I could be wrong. It's getting pretty close to that car. I'm gonna drop it down to 55. Yeah. they're so slow. Maybe I should move over to the left and speed up because I got a long ways to go. So I'm going to signal left and we'll let it do its thing. Here you go. Right, and I'll actually speed it back up to 60. And we'll just stay in this lane. Alright, at least until we pass all the slow cars. Okay, so yeah, this is just normal autopilot, nothing special about it. Okay. So yeah, I mean, you're welcome to fast forward through if you don't care about watching the normal autopilot stuff. But I figured it's kind of interesting that you get to see now the whole screen. I know it's like bad image quality because it's set to the wide angle view lens. Right, it's telling me to put pressure, so I just pulled on the wheel a tiny bit. At the bottom, I just kind of twisted it, and yeah, as you can see, it's doing what it normally does on autopilot. And this autopilot is technically a feature that you get for free. You don't have to pay for the full self-driving package. But the one major difference is if you see this line here. When you're on navigate on autopilot, it's just one line, and that is a paid feature that comes with the FSD. If you don't have FSD and you're just on regular autopilot, if I turn off the navigate on autopilot, you'll just see two blue lines. I think if I push this, you can see there, now it turned to two blue lines. All right, and that means it's just gonna stay in the lanes. It's not gonna follow your GPS. But I'm going to turn it back on because I want it to follow the GPS, and here you can see now it's showing just one line. Okay, so we're going to let it drive. We got cars passing me on the left and on the right. Usually on the right side it's going to become congested at these exits, but we'll see. Okay, kind of got a long ways to go. 60 max. So I just said, yeah, I'll leave the speed at 60 miles an hour. I'm going to pull the wheel a little bit because it keeps alerting me down there. It's staying within the lines. On the freeways, because usually it's not too complex, it usually doesn't have really any issues. It's pretty good with following like freeway lines and stuff. But you still want to kind of pay attention, because every so often it can make mistakes, and you don't want those mistakes to end up causing an accident. So you want to make sure, pay attention. Okay, this car's doing some weird stuff. Oh shit, I'm gonna speed up. Did I just take it out of corrective steering applied for your safety? Okay, that's fine. So I was worried I was gonna go into the other lane. The car to my right was somewhat drifting over to the left, so I sped up just in case, because I didn't want that car to hit me. And yeah, and then it panicked because I was getting close to the left lane markers, so it automatically steered me to keep me in the lanes, which could be good and bad, because if the car actually was drifting too much into my lane and it kept me there, it would have made me hit that car. So I don't know if the car knows and it will see that car and then it will just let me go further out, or if it would say, okay, that's fine. But yeah, I did accelerate somewhat hard to make sure I wasn't in that car's like drifting range. Okay, this is a merging one, so technically I should be slowing down. Okay, it waited until the car merged, so I don't know what would happen if the car just followed me and like hit like that. I probably would have had to either speed up or slow down. I don't know if the car would have seen it and adjusted or not, but we'll see. Alright, then we got these blinky light cars. A lot of times I've heard stuff where the Tesla will crash into like flashing light police cars or ambulance and things like that. I have a feeling what it is the car thinks that it's like a stoplight or something, or some signal lights, and it thinks maybe it's just alerting it for something, not that it's an actual car, especially at night when when you can't really see the shape of the car and you just see the lights flashing. So I think that's what's going on with that. I don't know if they corrected it. I'm assuming they did, but I don't know. Anytime I see cars with flashing lights, then I'm extra careful, just because I don't want to be near, I don't want to risk the car randomly doing things. So, but yeah, either way, you kind of want to always be paying attention and be careful when you're using the autopilot and stuff. Usually for these, if it's like an empty road, there's no cars, nothing, then it's fine. It's probably almost zero chance that you're just going to end up flying off the freeway or the road or the highway. But still, you kind of want to be paying attention. And for the people wondering, that's actually somewhat of a good thing, because if you're just like letting the car do its thing and you're ignoring it and you're on a long drive with nothing to do, there's a very good chance you're going to pass out. Passing out and then letting the car continue driving is also not very good. So yeah, at least at this point where the full self-driving autopilot stuff isn't 100% like able to take care of itself. So keep that in mind. A lot of people think that the cars can drive themselves, and they'll trick the car, put like a weight on here or something, put a weight in the seat, keep the seatbelt buckled somehow, and climb in the back. But yeah, you really don't want to do that, because then the car can end up crashing, and then it's your fault, because the car, right now, the cars aren't liable if you get in an accident. I'm going to keep the car in this lane. I don't know why it wants to shift left. So I signaled back over to the right because I don't want it to shift to the left lane. I think it wanted to move to the faster lane.
Keep left to stay on California 17 South.
Yeah, I don't think I need to move lanes in order to. So as you can see, even when the lanes disappear, it still sees them in the computer still sees it. So this kind of visualization here thing, it's nice, because then you can see what the car is seeing, and you know if the car is going to make a mistake based on what it sees. So yeah. Alright. Or at least you have a better idea. I kind of wish it knew like the difference between regular lanes and these exit only lanes. So if you see the lines there, they're much wider and shorter, so you know that those are the like exit only lanes, and you want to stay further over to the left. Okay.
Now keep left.
But yeah, the car's doing perfectly fine. Every so often it just tells me to apply a little pressure to the steering wheel so it knows I'm there. If you're constantly just like putting the weight of your hand on the wheel, then it actually won't even ask you to do that, like, because you're already keeping weight on it. Leave me alone, I just want to keep So I want to accelerate to make sure. Okay, so I want to accelerate because that's a merge lane, but apparently it wasn't merging into my lane, it's merging, I guess there's another lane over there. I don't need the car to be going that fast. We'll go back down to 60. And the one thing with adjusting the speed is when you adjust the speed, it just like almost immediately tries to drop down to that speed, which in some cases is good, in some cases is bad. If you're trying to avoid like speeding ticket or something, then I guess that's good. But if you're just like trying to gradually lower your speed, then it's kind of annoying, and I'd technically have to like lower one click at a time, instead of when you roll it, it actually lowers by 5 increments of 5 usually. Sometimes, I don't know, it does some weird stuff, and then it does like a little bit extra. But yeah, usually if you quickly roll the wheel, it'll just do 5. So if you want to lower by like 10 miles an hour, you basically quickly roll it down twice. So it's kind of a nice way to fine point adjust, because then you know if you want to go from like 70 to 50, you can just scroll it down. just scroll it down like 4 times real quick and it will drop by 20. Alright? So that's kind of nice. And then if you want to do like 25 or something, because usually people won't be going, oh, I'm going to go 63 miles an hour. So it makes sense to do the like 5. And I think also if it's like on a awkward number, like not a 5 or a 10, like if it is like a 63 and you scroll it down quick, I think it drops to 60. Let me do that, demonstrate it. So it's 63. Yeah, it drops, as you can see, it dropped to 60. So at first it'll drop to either a 10 or a 5, and then after that, oh, it wants to take Gilroy, so we're going to be turning right here. I'm going to actually shift over to the right lane one more.
Now take exit 22 on the right.
Because that's on the inside of the curve, and then you can see it's going to go to a left
1,000
curve.
feet. Take the
So,
California 85 south
I mean, there's a
ramp
car
on the
next to me,
left
so I guess I'll
once
just stay
more.
here.
Take the California 85 south ramp on the left.
Actually, okay, let's go back over to the left, because that car wasn't speeding up, so it's their fault, their loss. I see a speed limit sign going to 40, so let's slow down. Okay, so the car didn't see that 45 mile an hour speed limit change.
Exit on the right.
Other cars don't care, and they just keep going fast anyways. So let's speed back up now that we're in the curve. I mean, it probably would have been fine. I think you can take this curve at like 65, but just to be safe, I'm gonna adjust it for it. Okay. And I probably should have pushed the little camera thing to tell it that it didn't see the speed limit change, so that way it could send an image to Tesla about it, but I didn't wait. I didn't do it quick enough. Okay, so I don't know why it changed the speed limit again. Oh, I think it saw a 65 speed limit sign, and then it changed it back down to 55. So I might, if I'm going to use the autopilot a lot, I'm probably going to have to adjust that so it doesn't drop by 10 miles an hour everywhere I go. Okay, we're going to take the Union Avenue exit, so that's fine. And let's see what it does here. Okay, it's slowing down to 55 again because it saw another speed limit sign. Does it see the 25? It does not.
1,000 feet.
So it didn't. It's not seeing that 25 mile an hour speed limit sign. So holy smokes! Yeah, buddy, you're gonna.
Now
Okay.
turn left onto Samaritan Drive.
Okay. Yeah, you see what's gonna happen? You're gonna get swerving off the road or something. So had to stop it just to be safe. Okay. And for those wondering, like all the disengagements, like me pulling it out of full self-driving and things like that, there's a reason I do that, not just for safety, because some people like to wait and see what the car does, but you don't want to actually do that. You want the car to know that it's doing something wrong, and you want to teach it what to do. So that's why I pull it out of the full self-driving whenever it's doing anything weird. Okay, so that's very important. You don't want to just, if you're using the full self-driving beta, you don't want to be in that let's see what it does kind of thought process. Okay, that's not how you want to let the car drive. And yeah, so let's see. So full self-driving beta. Okay, it wanted me to apply some pressure. Full self-driving beta is really about teaching the car how to drive. You do not want to let the car just do whatever it wants. So yeah, so it's very important making sure the car knows, okay, as you can see, it was going to stay in this lane. We do not want to be there, so I do have to go here. Okay, and now it doesn't want to re-engage. There we go. Yeah. Okay, so as you can see, the car makes quite a bit of mistakes. We need to correct it, and we need to show it why or what's going on and fix its mistakes. I still hear that like sound. I don't know if that's because my phone is recording or if it's coming from somewhere else. Alright, So I have to turn left soon. Is it gonna do it?
Now turn left onto N Way.
You're going like pretty fast for this. See, it likes to do it. Oh my god. Oh my god. The way it does these turns, it's like violent, man. And not only that, but it's like jerky. Like it's not like a smooth thing. It's like it's not sure. So yeah, pretty crazy. All right, anyways, I'm almost at my stop, and then we'll turn back around and we'll do this again. Okay, so yeah, I'll keep this all in one video. I'll just pause it for now, or I'll merge it all together. But yeah, I think we're pretty much here. Let's see what happens once it reaches the actual stop, because it's just right here. We'll see if it stops for me, or if it's gonna. Okay. Okay, so it did stop, and it just stops you in the middle of the road, just like this. Okay. So, anyways, I'm gonna stop the video for now, and I'll see you guys when I go back. All right, so let's go ahead and head back home. So, oops, head back home, and we'll, oops. Okay, let's switch this back now, and we'll continue. Oops. All right, so let's let it do its thing. I don't know why it's signaling, because we need to keep going straight. What are you signaling for? See, this car, I don't know what it's doing. Anyways, the customer was commenting on my car saying it's beautiful, but recently, I haven't posted the video yet, but recently it got some damage on it. I don't know. So there was one where a motorcyclist, I did post that video, where a motorcyclist dropped some pliers out of their pocket. Like, I mean, they didn't purposely drop it, at least it didn't look like it. It just fell out, and then it flew up and hit my car. And then there was another incident, which I didn't see what happened. I don't think it was the kids. I saw some kids like throwing stuff and like using a stick and like lightly tapping it, which I don't think caused the damage that I saw. Oh my god, the way it accelerates out of a corner. Why? But yeah, but my car on the right side, like the rear bumper side piece, someone like kind of tore a piece of the paint protection film, and now it has like a small rip in it, and that looked pretty bad. I did put some I used a black Sharpie to kind of make it less visible. I need to find like a dark gray one, not black, because the black is kind of too dark. So we'll see if I can find a color that matches it better, and then that might make it nicer. I'll probably clean off what I painted on there with some isopropyl alcohol, and then I'll find a better way. But eventually I'm probably just going to cover it with a vinyl decal sticker thing. I don't know what to put on it that will look good. Yeah, I'll have to find something that I can just stick wherever people put damages, or wherever I get damages on the paint protection film. That way, if I ever get damages like that, it won't look too bad. I was considering getting like vinyl decal, like band-aids, and just as a joke sticking little fake band-aids on it. I don't want to put actual band-aids, because actual band-aids leave gross residue, and they don't really hold up under the sun too well. So yeah, is this gonna do it? Okay, this is actually taking the ramp properly. I mean, it is going fast. Okay, it waited for the light. I was hoping it would stay red, so that way I could the way, I mean, I don't know if I'll get over the way it takes like turns. Like, I feel it should gradually move into the turns, not accelerate so quickly into them. It also, as you can see, accelerates pretty quick onto like the freeway ramps and stuff like that, which for safety I guess is good, because then you're like keeping up with the traffic, and it makes it so you can better like merge in. But yeah, usually I would first gradually and then time it better. But I guess it's harder for the car to do it. Usually I can time it better because I've already been driving these kinds of things a lot. Is it? Oh good, it is recording. I was worried I was just talking to myself the entire time. But yeah. Yeah, a lot of the times I would know the length of the ramp, and I can just gradually get up to speed to where I'm at the right speed when I'm actually at the merging point. So, but the autopilot, because it's still learning, it just like blasts off. Okay, so we're at another merge. I'm gonna move to the left. Oh my god, it just freaking hit the brakes like crazy. The car doesn't know that it has like room to just merge. Oh my, that scared me. So instead of like merging over, because it could, it saw a car coming in the merge lane and it decided, let's hit the brakes so they can go first, and it like slammed the brakes. Like if I did that myself, my safety score for hard braking would be really bad. That was like really bad. Yeah. Okay, these cars are like going way too fast in the right lane, so I can't even merge back over, which is what I want to do. Okay, I'm merging back over now. I even set my speed now to like 79, but for some reason the car doesn't want to speed up to that. Why is it going 60? Come on. Wake up! Wake up! Wake up, cruise control! Okay, I don't know why it's not adjusting speed, so I'm going to take it out and start it again. Yeah, so something after that thing happened. I don't know why it wasn't responding to me adjusting the speed thing. That was weird. I had to like actually physically be pushing the accelerator to keep it going the speed I wanted. So okay, I don't want to go 70 anymore. I was just doing that to keep up with the traffic near me. Okay, there we go. It actually adjusted the speed down more properly. It didn't just quickly apply full force braking or regen. Okay, I don't know why it's wanting to shift to the right, but okay. Are we exiting? Oh, we are exiting. Okay, downtown San Jose. Okay, so let's see what's going on now.
Exit 5B on the right.
So technically it is okay. It's taking this pretty quick. Let's see what happens. The left is carpool, so I can't go in there. Normally I would go to the left because it's on the inner curve. And wow, this car's like driving pretty quick on this. Normally I wouldn't go this fast on these curves, but okay. Yeah, I don't actually use auto. What the heck? There's no stop sign. Why was it stopping for stop sign? So whatever it detected a stop sign. Maybe it's those. There were some, but they were off, like completely off. And those aren't stop signs. Those are usually just like slow down things, I think. I don't know. I don't drive this road that often. Okay, we're getting into a like merger, so I'm gonna move over to the right soon if I can, because now I'm in the fast lane and I don't need to be in the fast lane. So we'll let these guys pass. We'll merge over to the right. The right lane is a merge in lane, so now we're in the far right lane, and that's good. Okay, so yeah, there is one thing that was added because of the full self-driving beta. So at the exit ramps and things like that, normally once you reach the exit ramp, it disengages the autopilot, but because we have the full self-driving, it'll actually maintain it. Hey, I'm actually close to the place to get my favorite chicken wings. There's this place called Evergreen Panda in I think it's South San Jose. I don't know, I'm not that great with directions, but it's pretty deep into San Jose from where I am, and I don't go there too often because it takes me like more than 20 minutes to get there or so. I think it's like a 20-mile drive or something. So yeah, okay, there's a police car here, so hopefully the autopilot will know what to do. Oh, it's actually telling me to move over to the left. Interesting. Did it move over for the police? Or did it move over because the car to my right was going too slow? Well, that's interesting. Okay, it moved over when there was the police there. I think it moved over because the car was too slow. But anyways, yeah, like in San Jose, there's this chicken, like this, I guess it's not really a chicken wing place, it's a Chinese restaurant, and they serve like all different Chinese food, but they have my favorite chicken wings there. This, okay, Kerner Avenue, yeah, and it's called Evergreen Panda, and their salt and pepper chicken wings, they're so good. It's like, has some jalapenos and onions on it, but the wings are so good. Like even the jalapenos and onions, like with whatever they season it with, I don't know, MSG or whatever, I don't care, but they taste really good. And even just the jalapenos and onions, I'll eat that like by itself with rice. I mean, so technically not by itself, but I'll eat that with rice, and it's really good. So yeah, I'm actually doing a water fast right now, but once I'm done with that, I'm probably gonna celebrate by like an order of that. Usually, because they're so far, I'd even buy like a small party tray and I'll just reheat it in my air fryer at home. I mean, they're not as good when you reheat them, but they're still really good. Like, yeah, they're like, that's my favorite like chicken thing. Oh my god, what is going on here? Wait, did I need to be in that lane? Shoot, I think I needed to be in that lane. I'm gonna speed up and I'm gonna cut in there because there is a gap. Let's go back over here. Okay. And we'll turn that back on. And hopefully the car knows to slow the frick down. I'm going to slow it down myself because it doesn't seem to realize that everybody is hitting their brakes up there. So that's one thing with the thing. It doesn't seem to react in a timely manner to what the cars in front are doing. Like for me, if I see the lights start going red, I will actually like slow down way before and let the car slow itself down instead of hitting the brakes. With the autopilot and stuff, it likes to wait and hit the brakes, which is how a lot of humans drive, which is kind of why I don't like that a lot of people are teaching the autopilot AI and stuff to drive. Yeah, because I don't like how a lot of humans drive. They drive too recklessly, in my opinion. I mean, that's my opinion, but yeah. I mean, the way the car drives, I would expect it to drive with a 99 at least safety score rating, because that's what they want us to do. So I expect the car to also drive in a way that would give it a 99. Like, doesn't that make sense? I don't know. To me, if they expect us to drive like that, I expect them to drive the car like that. So I don't know how long it will take for them to get to that point, but yeah, to me right now, the way the car drives, I would probably rate it like a 50 safety rating, or maybe less, like a 40 to 50. So yeah, like I feel I feel they should add like more than 7 car lengths follow distance, and it needs a way to know to gradually slow earlier. Like if it sees a bunch of cars up here like this, I would kind of slow down a little bit. I wouldn't just keep going the same speed. See what it's doing? Like, would slow a little bit to give more room. Yeah, and at like the turns, even with completely no like speed limit signs, if I know I'm exiting a freeway or something, or entering a freeway, I would somewhat assume it's already a 25 mile an hour. I would somewhat already assume it's a 25 mile an hour like speed limit, and then if I see the curve isn't too bad, then I'll maybe speed up, because some of them are pretty crazy. And there are some exits where it's like a sudden like 90-degree turn, and I don't think the car would be able to like slow down enough for that. If I let it go, it would have just like it would fly off the cliff for that kind of thing. But yeah, for long stretches of roads, the autopilot is very, very nice. Okay, so now it's changing lanes because these people are going too slow. But no, don't do that. That car's going too fast. You would have gotten rear-ended. Okay, turn off the cruise control, please. So that's another thing. If I steer out of the autopilot, it doesn't disengage the cruise control. I have to push the brakes to disengage cruise control. So if you steer out of autopilot and your cruise control is set to 80 miles an hour, it's going to continue going 80 miles an hour, but you have to control the steering. So keep that in mind, because you'll want to know that for when you're driving, if you have to push the brakes or if you have to actually just steer. So I don't know what this car's like braking so much here. I don't know what it's doing. And now these cars are too close, so it's gonna screw up my safety score and say I'm following too close. But there we go. And another thing I noticed is if I don't like to put the car in standard mode, because there's a lot of times where I find out I end up needing that extra power to accelerate for safety reasons, like cars will be cutting in or something and I need to make sure to get out of the way. So the added power of the standard mode, or if you have the faster cars, the performance mode or ludicrous or whatever, it does come in handy every so often. So yeah, like there's several times where I put it in standard mode and then I realize if I left it in the faster acceleration modes, I would have been able to get out of a lot of more dangerous situations. Or sometimes the light will be turning yellow and then I'd have to slam the brakes because I know I wouldn't be able to accelerate fast enough to pass it, and then that also messes up your safety score. So it varies, things like that. It can mess up your score, and also make it less safe depending on how you're driving and what the environment is and things like that. So yeah. Alright. Anyways, only 6 miles from home, but we should be good. There's cars like following me pretty close, but I mean, I'm in the right lane. So the one thing I don't understand with a lot of drivers, if you notice, there's like 4 lanes here, and if you're even if you're in the right lane, if you're not going fast as they want, a lot of times they'll just tailgate you or start like high beaming you. I'm like, there's 3 other lanes you can go around. So sometimes I don't get it, but yeah. In some states, they actually have a thing. In California, they don't. But well, sometimes they'll have a sign. But they'll say that left lane is for passing only. And to me, that's a really good rule, where everybody should actually be staying in the right lane. And unless you're going to pass cars, then you move to the left lane. Like, I mean, unless you're gonna pass cars, you stay in the right lane, and then if you're not passing cars, then you move to the left lane. To me, that makes a lot of sense. It makes way more sense. That way the left lanes don't get all congested, and all the faster moving vehicles will be able to go in the left and then move back over to the right once they pass all the slow cars. Yeah. And then if there's like 3 lanes, if trucks are trying to pass each other, then you definitely will have room to like go around if people follow that rule. But yeah, a lot of people don't really care and they just drive however. Probably need to move over to the left because this car's probably going to merge in, but they're not signaling or anything. So yeah, is that BMW? Yeah, BMW, their blinkers never work. I don't know, for some reason they just never signal. It's pretty rare to see a BMW driver signal. But yeah, it's not like it's actually true. I don't know why like BMW drivers, when they like, I'm pretty sure most BMW drivers know that stereotype or whatever, and I don't know why they don't take that as a hint that they should use their blinkers. But yeah, so it just continues that stereotype. Or maybe people that buy BMWs are like, I never use my blinkers, so I'm gonna buy a BMW, so that way people know I don't use my blinkers. Yeah. Anyways, going only 2.8 miles to go. Okay, I don't know where it's going. So the one weird thing with the autopilot, it likes to hug the right side, I think. And when there's like a lane merge and it combines into one, it likes to move over to the right where there's like more space, and then it moves back over to the left. Like, that's really weird. Getting tired. Woke up somewhat early today, so. Right. 2.0 Jacqueline Road. Right, and then once we exit the freeway, you'll get to see how it does the exits again. I think this time I'm gonna have it send a picture of the turn lane to my street, because it always messes that up and it goes like way too fast. So I'm gonna see if I can send a picture and hopefully teach it how to do it. Okay. And I think this time I'm gonna pull it out of autopilot and then actually do what it's supposed to do, so that way it gets, yeah, don't do that. Why are you merging? Okay. I think it knows there's a lane merger up here coming up, maybe. Is that what's going on? Yeah, so there's an actual like lane merge right here. I don't know if it knew that or if it was doing it because the cars in front maybe were slower. I don't know. Because here you can see it's not signaling at all. For me, I would signal there. There were cars, but they're pretty far back, so I guess it's okay. Jeez, that person's going like 100 miles an hour. Or at least like 90. Okay. Alright, let's see how it takes the exit, and then it's gonna shift back into the full self-driving beta. Again, right now you can see, like, because it's normal like gray lines, it's just using the full the autopilot. Right, so now it's gonna exit. And normally what would happen, wow, it's taking this exit fast. See, okay, change color,
Turn left onto
so you
Jackman
know
Road.
that it changed to the full self-driving beta now. And it takes this pretty quick. I would have like slowed
Now
down
turn
way
left
back
onto
there.
Jackman Road.
So you can see it waits till like the end to do it. And then I think, is it gonna apply the brakes? Okay, it doesn't feel like it applied the brakes, but oh god. Okay. Okay. With your indecisiveness, what the heck? Why did it keep into the left lane if it started with the right? You're not allowed to do that. What the heck? It went to the
500
left and I was like, oh
turn
shoot, I
right
went to the
onto
wrong
North
one.
Hillview Drive.
Okay, anyways. See, you're supposed to merge in there, but the car's gonna be, let's see if it's gonna do it. Do it. Do it. Do it!
Turn right onto North Hillview Drive.
It didn't do it, so I had to do it. What are you doing? Stay over here. Okay. So what the car does, I think it likes to hug like the right side. Oh my god. Yeah, I don't like that acceleration into the like into the turns. Again, if I accelerate like that into the turns, my aggressive turning on my safety score would be bad. So I don't know why they rate the scores like that when the car itself drives like a bad driver according to their safety score. But anyways, you can see it's driving itself just fine, and it's not going to be able to park itself into my driveway, so I'm going to do that, of course.
In 500 feet, your destination will be on the right.
Yeah. It does see those little things in the middle of the road, so that's nice. Okay, slow down.
Now your
We're here.
destination is on the right.
Okay, and now it just stops in the middle of the road. So I'm gonna have to turn here a little bit. Okay, go back into reverse. This guy in. Okay. Back it in. Alright, and we made it. And that's pretty much it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. I might try some other full self-driving beta drives. Whenever I go for a drive and I need to go in city stuff, I'll just use the full self-driving beta and hopefully I'll make a video. But that's all for today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.